All right, so we are looking at this Maytag dishwasher, and I've had this for roughly, I don't know, probably 2 years now, and I've had to open it up twice. Um, it's mostly because of this design flaw, but essentially today we're gonna look at how to replace this secondary filter. So what seems to happen on these models with the dual filters is that this filter in the middle will blow up. Now, I don't have a good example for you of what it will look like since I gave it away and threw it away already, but essentially it mangles this up, and what you're going to get is either no air, but you're going to have bits of food on your plates and whatnot when you run it through the dishwasher, and it's very frustrating. I've been dealing with that for several months. Or you're going to get this other behavior where it'll give you an E1F1, I think, or E1F. Basically a no drain, clog drain, draining issue kind of code. So this will sit inside here just like so. So what I've been doing here, because I've opened this up already and put this in here without the filter, and that's not a good idea either, is I put it upside down, and I have all these t-shirts on the ground, since there is likely a chance, because you have a no drain error, that you will not be able to drain it and you'll have water all over the place. So I got all these t-shirts, and so I just placed that right here, and that way I don't have to worry about water getting everywhere, since it is kind of a dirty job. So what we'll be opening here today is going to be this, and this. Okay, and it is a little bit tricky to get everything put back together, so just keep that in mind. So I'm just gonna have to remember how I did this here. So I believe there's two little buttons we gotta push to get this out of here. Can't remember here. Oh, there's more likely too that you got some cords here that's hooked up into this. But this one's always the tricky one here. Okay. What do I have to do here? Kind of play around. Sometimes you gotta take this out, but I think I can get to it without taking that out. I think I just gotta take this and get this out somehow. There's some sort of clip here, maybe. What the hell? This is always the part where I screw this up. It's like, how do I get this little part out? Okay, well, this one's fairly easy. It's just a twist of the mechanism. So I think there's a clip behind here that you just kind of pull down on. Where are you, said clip? Here it is. So I don't know if you guys can see that. You probably can't. But I'm just going to pull this clip down. See that? There's a clip that I'm using with my thumb to get around that corner. And this is what's considered the chopper motor here. And this is what's going to chop up the food for you. Place that right here for now. Now we need to get access to this. Now I really want to get this off, which is going to be kind of a bear. Alright, just watch me for a second battle this thing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Where is this little clip? I might have to look it up. I mean, what the heck? Dang it. Well, definitely has to slide down, I know that. Oh, That's pretty dumb. There's two clips here. You just pull these out. If you guys can see that, yeah, you pull these two clips out, and it goes through and goes downwards. Yeah, this one's always a battle for me to get out. Okay, now I need to take out some screws. They're located here and here, and I believe there's one extra one somewhere behind here, but we'll see. So, got my trusty dandy cordless screwdriver. If you guys don't know this, this is a very nice screwdriver. One of the highly rated ones on Amazon and also other platforms. It's pretty cheap too, which I like. And I believe this is a Torx bit. So this is going to be a T20. So a Torx 20. I do have my angle one too. So this is also super nice to have so that if I have to get on an angle, I can at least get on it. I think for this one I will use the angle since it'll make my life a little bit easier. Okay. I do believe there's one more, so let's see. Is there one more? Or is that it? Nope, that's it. We got some water leakage. I do want to clean this up here a little bit. Okay. And I'll do this too, just in case. Because this chopper motor, can I unplug this sensor? Probably. I just don't want to break this chopper motor. Okay, whatever. I'll just do this then. Okay, I'll put this down here to catch any residual water that's going to leak. Okay, so I got it out of there. And so this is what I got. Yeah, this thing isn't even spinning anymore. It's completely seized up. So at one point there was actually a filter in there, and then the filter went sideways and I'm bleeding. It blew up in there, and that's going to keep on happening to this model. It's persistent. You can't fix it. It's just the way it is. And this is where the tricky part starts to begin. Is getting this all put back together correctly, because it's kind of interesting how they got this stuff programmed here. I believe it sits in there like this. Maybe. I think it's like that, maybe? And then it sits in here like that. I don't know. I think it would be the other way around. That wouldn't make any sense, because then it's going to block this. Unless this sits in here. even know why we need that piece. Like, what does this do? I think that's the way it goes, just like this. Or is it like this? It's like that. Okay. So that took a while for me to figure that out, but basically there's a little cutout here. And so then this sits in here like so, and that's what spins it. So that has to go right here, not this big wide opening. So you're probably wondering, what's the tricky part? Well, now we gotta flip this thing over and get that to go in here without missing the spot. So the shitty part here is that this has to go in here like so. Unless we can bend this all the way back, but I don't think I'll be able to do that. I can try. I'm gonna try it. I got off balance. Fuck. Okay. Let's try it again. It's not going in there now. I might not run that clip. I don't even know what that thing's for because it locks in here. It almost seems like it's better without it in there because now this is actually adhered to that. What would that be doing? Alright, take two. So it has to be flipped upside down. So Alright, got it. Alright, I'm gonna get this screwed in first. You do want to make sure these are pretty tight for obvious reasons. Okay, so let's see how can I get this back through here. I think it just needs a little bit of convincing. So I got this right here. Maybe I can push that through there. Sweating like a cow right now. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna leave it. There's a very good chance I'm gonna have to get back in here, and all the other parts are holding it up anyhow. So like, yeah, I'm gonna leave it. All right. Time to hook up this chopper motor again. So I'll get up here. Remember, this is the clip, so you gotta think about how that clips. Gonna clip in right here, maybe. Yep. There we go. And just twist it, and you should hear a click. All right. Now I'll put that retainer back on. Although I don't even know if I really want to put this back on, to be real with everybody. I want this to go. How do I want this to go? I guess that's fine, right? I don't want it to ride. Yeah, let's let it ride like that. You do kind of have to play some trickery here to get this to go into place. And you just slide it up. It should go in